do, we're going to do some live chat, Q&A, and some craps play. I have $300 here, and I'm going to do some craps play, and I'll be checking the chat using a little bit different angle today. Just trying it out, testing some stuff as people come in. We'll just do some play. I have $300, and $300 is probably the minimum amount you'd ever want to play on a craps table. And so with all that being said, I'm going to start with so what that means is you have $30 per shooter, because if you have $300, you want to have enough for 10 shooters. And so you would only have $30 per shooter if you walk up to a table with $300. What's up, Gary? What's up, Jeff? Yeah, just stopped in to say what's up. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for all you do. If you guys ever love playing craps and want to see craps and playing craps like live with Jeff Rolling, go over to Mid-Atlantic Craps and subscribe to that channel. And I think a couple times a week he goes live throwing, and then you're able to play along on online with Crapsy. So I don't do that yet, maybe, or I don't do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do the play along with Crapsy, but what's up? I'm ready to win a free cruise playing craps on a cruise. Yes, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Married man, woodworking. All right. So again, $300 would be the absolute minimum. And then right up here, if you're not subscribed, you'll see it has a subscribe button right up here. Go ahead, press subscribe if you're not subscribed. And if you're watching this later, I don't know where the subscribe button is, but subscribe. So we're gonna go playing some craps, roll out. So like I said, live chat, Q&A, craps play. We're gonna do those three things today. And I'm a poet, didn't know it, and I'm rhyming and keeping on timing. I don't know, I'm trying too hard now. Free cruise in 10 days, Gary. Yes, go get it. Go get it. It's 4 nights. All you have to do is average between 300 to 400 points per night, and you will have a free cruise. And so I wouldn't recommend trying to do it with $300. If I was doing it, I'd probably do it with $1,000, and then I'd play my hedging system. But speaking of a system here, 3 days for a cruise. Wow. So if I walked up to a table and I didn't know how the table was going, because most of the time when I go on a cruise, I'm opening up the table, because even though the casino's open, doesn't mean that the craps table's open. And so I'll ask the pit boss, hey, what time is the craps table opening? Most of the time it's around 7:30 or 8 at night. So I go to dinner, I go to a show, and then I come over to the craps table, or I try to be there maybe about 15 minutes early, and to get a spot, because they're on a cruise, unless it's a Oasis class ship or a really large ship, they only have one craps table. Some cruises, some cruise ships have 2 tables, but most have 1 table. So I like to get my spot there. So 3 days from a comped cruise, Mike. Oh my goodness, Mike, I've been sharing your video. I think I shared it on our Facebook group called Holy Roller Cruising Club, and I shared your video there. The story of Tiffany, first time ever playing craps, winning 2 free cruises. That was an amazing time, Mike. That was amazing. And when Mike was rolling, he was rolling every time he rolled and had to come out, it seemed to be hard way. And I was like, wow, hard way Mike. I started calling him hard way Mike. And then when he would roll, I would literally have all the hard ways working, and I would hop all the hard ways. And he would hit a hard way. It was a great I think I came up from all the hard ways that were coming out when Mike was throwing. So good tossing, my friend. All right, so if I was going to walk up to a table and it was already open and it was already playing, and I don't know how it's been, And most people say it doesn't matter how it's been, it's all random. But you know, they have these terms: hot table, cold table, long rolls, short rolls. And so even though it's random if you're going to roll 10,000 rolls. In the middle of all those 10,000 rolls, there's 100 or 200 rolls that may have some kind of consistency. It may be random, but it doesn't seem random because you see the same number hitting over and over, or yeah, just something happens that's like, wow, that looks like, um, how many times have you seen like the five roll 5 times and you never bet it, and then after it hit 5 times, you're like, okay, I'm gonna bet it, and then the 7 comes and you lose everything. So uh, how do you play, or how would I play if I want to utilize repeaters or repeater bets? I'd probably do the all day strategy that I call all day, and this is by Crappy the Craps Man, but I modified it, Holy Roller version, Holy Roller style. So I'd have $100 that I would play. Now you might say, wait a minute, if you only have $300 and you're going to try to be here for 10 shooters, shouldn't you only use $30? Why would you use 1/3 of your bankroll on a $300 bankroll on one shooter? You're going to use $300 or 100 on one shooter. Well, that's how I would kind of assess. And if I lose this first 100, then I'd change it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine that I'm walking up to a table right now. I have 300, and I don't know how the table's been going, but with this strategy, it doesn't really matter how the table's been going. And it is kind of a hedging strategy where it can actually stay and play all day. That's why I'm going to just use 4 units or $100, 1/3 of my bankroll on this one shooter. All right. So if I was the shooter, I may do a pass line, or I may do a don't pass. But I usually will start off on the pass line. And so let's do that. And then I'm going to do a come bet, and then I'm going to do with $50. This is the modified. I'm going to use $50 to do a don't come bet. So that's how I'll spend the $100 on the first roll. So imagine I'm rolling now. They'll pass me the dice. I'll pick 2, and they'll take the other 3 away, and then I will roll. So let's see what we get. And it is a 5. 5. So the point is 5. And now I'm going to go with another quarter on the, I'm not going to do odds because they don't give odds comp value for a free cruise with odds. So I don't mind. I'm just playing flat bets. And I'm going to put 25 in the come. Now the come bet is the same thing as the pass line when the puck is on. So just like the puck was off and I rolled a 5 and it moved to the 5, whatever number rolls next, this will move. So instead of the puck moving, the money will move. So let's see what we get here. And then I'll check the chat. How about a 9? All right. So a 9 rolls. And so now this moves to the 9. Have to roll a 9 to win there. Have to roll a 5 to win here. Now I have $50 more, and I'm going to go on the don't come. So the don't come will go behind a number. I'll show you how that works. If I can get past it, it wins on 2-3. Let's see if we can get a 2-3. That would be great. And it is a 6. All right. So then this right here will move behind the 6. So now this one wins on a 9. This one wins on a 5. This one loses on a 6. So we don't want to see a 6. Let's see if we can get a 9 or a 5. Here we go. And a 7. Okay. So a 7 came. And that means we lose this bet, and we lose this bet because we had to roll a 9 before a 7. We had to roll a 5 before a 7. And here we had to roll a 7 before a 6. So we win $50. So used a $100 average bet and broke even because of that no 6. So I played one hand, one shooter, and short roll, and broke even. So it just happened to be perfect there. All right. Hey, what's up, Craig? Old Bay Craps. You guys got to subscribe to that channel. And If you're not subscribed to this channel, there should be a subscribe button right up here, and that's where you can subscribe to this channel. So give us a like, give us a subscribe. There is some buttons over here if you're on your mobile. Some buttons. If you press those buttons, a screen will pop up where you can give us a thumbs up. So that would be awesome. So you'll see people that have this little wrench next to their name in the chat. Those are moderators, friends, members of the channel, people that can answer questions, and that can, um, help you out with anything you might need if I'm not getting to the question. But this is a live chat, Q&A, and some craps play. Let's go out again. Now, so I'm going out again. I still have my $100. And yeah, like Craig said, a break even is a win. Why? Because I'm getting comp value for a free cruise, and it hasn't cost me anything yet. And notice how I said yet. All right. So now somebody else is shooting. So I don't need to play the pass line. I can play the don't pass. Instead of doing the don't come, I could do the don't pass and then do 2 come bets behind it. Or if I was going to do the same thing, I wouldn't do a pass line. I would do 2 come bets, then I would do the $50 on the don't come. This time what we're going to do is we're going to try it with $50 right here. We're only going to use 4 units per shooter. So now we'll have another shooter coming out, and this shooter, this wins on 2-3. It loses on 7-11. So this is the one roll, big risk. Let's see what happens here. All right. And it's a 7. Man, that's the worst. And that happens. So it loses right here. So now we are $50 down, and we only have 2 units for this shooter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it. I'm going to do a come bet, and I'm going to do a don't come bet, because I do want to keep it 50-50. And so they're still coming out, but I don't need to put any more money down. And let's see what happens here. And it's a 4. I wish I got a 4 when I was on the don't. So the point becomes 4. And now I'm going to do a come bet right here. 7-11 win, 2-3-12 lose. Let's see if we can get a 7 and 11 so we can get at least $25 back. And it's a 6. It's a 6. So the 6 rolled, and this moves to the 6. Now we have to roll a 6 before a 7. And then I'm going to put this one right over here. So this is a vulnerable moment because a 7 would lose both of these. An 11 would just lose this one. Let's see if we can get past that and keep our money and not be $100 down after the second shooter. Here we go. 7 out, most vulnerable moment. Wow. $100 down, and we have 300. We started with a very low bankroll. So now we decide, what do we want to do? Do we want to keep this going, or do we want to switch up our strategy? And, a lot of times I would, if that just happened to me on the cruise, I would probably play it one more time. Then I'd use my other $100 to play a different way. So let's say there's another shooter coming, and this time, instead of going on the don't, I'm going to let them come out, and then I'm going to do 2 come bets. Then I'm going to do a DC, and we'll see how it happens. All right. So another shooter coming out. Another shooter coming out, and it's not us, so we don't have to bet on pass line or the don't pass. A lot of people don't know that. Whenever you're playing craps, you don't have to bet on the pass line or the don't pass line unless you're rolling the dice. So we're assuming somebody else is the shooter. It rotates around clockwise. So let's see, let's let them get a point established. Here we go. It's a 9. So they got a 9. So the point becomes 9. And now we're going to use 4 units for this shooter, just like we did the last 2 shooters. Now we're going to be right there on the come. That wins on 7-11, loses on 2-3-12 on this roll right here. Let's see what happens. And it is a 10. So now, just like the pass line, this 9 becomes the point and the puck moved. On a come bet, the money moves. Instead of the puck, the money moves. Now we have to roll a 10 to win that bet. All right, let's go back up with one more come bet right behind it. And we're not playing odds. Get comp value for odds. All right, here we go. And it is 3. Oh, craps 3. This loses on 2, 3, 12, wins on 7, 11. So now we are $125 down altogether. We have 2 units left, and we tried this. Now we're going to go to the come and the don't come, I should say, and we have $75 at risk. We want no 7, no 11, or we lose that bet. A 7, we'd lose both of those bets. Here we go. How about a 10? That's actually 10 on the end. That makes me grin because I get paid. I get paid. Because I rolled a 10, it goes there. And then because I rolled a 10, this goes to no 10. Now I do not want to see a 10. But notice I have 4 units. I'm going to put this one right here. So I got that 1 unit back that I lost. And now we're going to have it right there. And here we go. And it is, oh my gosh, it's a 10. It's a hard 10. I said I didn't want a 10. So we lost 50. I think I liked it better when we lost 25. All right, that goes to the 10. And now we're going to go to the don't come because we're going to split it half and half. So there's different ways you could do it. You could split it half and half, or you could just alternate it back and forth. Okay, so we're going to see if we could get a 10 again. Why not? It seems like they're rolling a lot. How about a 12? All right, 12. So on a 12, the craps 12, this is actually a push. It wins on 2, 3, pushes on the 12, and then it loses on 7, 11. And then if any one of these roll, it moves behind the number. All right, so that's a don't come. Don't come. So that was just a push, so we get to roll again. Here we go. And it's a 3. All right, craps 3. Now remember, this wins on 2, 3. So we get 25 back, and we could make it 50. I'm just going to make it 50 and see if we can get a 10 again. Why not? Here we go. We did with another 10. All right. So this moves behind the 10, and then this gets paid from the 10. And so now we have our $100 back, or our 4 units back that we started with. And you'll notice we have $100 that we're playing. That means we're getting a $100 comp value. And we are getting 100 points per hour playing this. And we only need 1,200 points to get a cruise. So this is pretty good because we're even for this shooter. We still haven't got that 9 yet, but now I'm hoping no more 10, okay? This loses on a 10, but it wins on a 7. This wins on 7, 11. A 7 will be good right now. Like, I don't really want it. I mean, but if it comes, I'm fine. Here we go. And it's a 5. It's a 5. So this moves to the 5. And now we need a 5 before a 7 for that bet. And now we're going to put one more out there. We have all 4 units out there. We're not going to use more than 4 because when we lost those 2, we only were using 2. So we never go above 4 units, at least the way I play it. All right, here we go. And oh my gosh, it's a 10 again. Wow. So this goes to the 10. This loses behind the 10. And so now those are there. They're vulnerable. They lose if we roll a 7, but we want a 5 or a 10 now. A 7, we would lose another 50. Let's see if we can get a 5 or a 10. And there's a 4. Does nothing for us. It's a 4. And let's just shake them. We're doing the shake them and bake them. I usually don't shake and throw when I roll, but here we go. 10. How many thought, yeah, of course there's gonna be another 10. There's been so many 10s. All right, so now this comes down and we get paid. So we're gonna go 50 on the don't come, and we're gonna hope for a 5 and then never again. How about that? Roll a 5 and then never again, at least for this hand. Here we go. How about a 9? There's the point of 9. So this point wins, and then this goes behind the 9. So these bets are working here. A come out 7, we would lose the, so now that the puck is off, those bets are still working. So same shooter because they won, and if we have a come out 5, we'll win that 5. If we have a come out 7, we'll lose the 5 and then we'll win that bet. And if we have a 9, we'll lose that bet. Oh, let's not get a 9. Let's get a come out 5 or something. That'll be great. How about a 2? Craps 2. That doesn't do nothing for us, but we're still coming out. That was what's called a crap out. Whenever somebody rolls a 2, 3, 12 when the puck is off, that's called a crap out. So they crapped out and they have to reload the line or whatever they're going to play. If they're on the pass line, it was a crap out. If they were on the don't pass, they just doubled their money. They just won. If they had $10 there, they just won $10. All right, here we go. And it's a 4. It's a 4, so we're out on the 4. And since we're out on the 4, those still stay there. Those didn't move. So now we're shooting for the 4. And Haken. All right, here we go. Let's get a 5. A yo 11. Yo 11. The reason why they call 11 a yo is because 11 sounds like 7, and you want to know the difference. Did they say 7? No, they said yo 11. So you'll hear a yo if you see an 11. So yo 11. Here we go. How about another yo? We call that in the community a mid-mo yo. Mid-mo yo. All right. Mid-mo yo. There's an awesome guy with an awesome craps channel with some awesome videos that passed away this last summer. All right, here we go. Let's get a 5. And it's a 10. Of course, we'd see a 10 again, but it doesn't affect us. We're hoping for a 5. Let's get a 5. Come on. Come on, 5. And it's a 4. Wow. Now, we're staying patient. They won. We're staying patient because we don't want to put more money out. We're only using 4 units, and we're 1 unit down. We have 75 on the table. Let's see if what we win or what happens. 9. 9. We made the 9 the bad number instead of the 7. So we lose this, and now we just have that 5 there, and it's a contract bet. We can't pick it up. It stays there until the 5 rolls or the 7 rolls. We want the 5 to roll because we'll win. If the 7 rolls, we'll lose. All right, because the puck is on. If the 7 rolls when the puck is on, it's bad. In fact, when the puck is on, you shouldn't even say the word 7. Don't think about it. Don't say it. Don't visualize it. Don't call it out. Let's get a 5. It's a yo, mid-mo yo, mid-mo yo again. Wow, yo 11. All right, let's get a 5. And there's a 4. Wow. There's 4 ways to make a 5, 6 ways to make the bad number. So we got 4 ways out of 36 combinations. Look, there's a 5 right there. It was shaking and it stopped on the 5. I'm gonna just try to throw it. Get that 5. And it's a yo, yo 11, yo 11. That's mid-mo yo looking down saying, why ain't you betting the yo? Here we go. Get a 5. And it's a 6, hard 6, hard 6. Let's get a 5, come on. And it's another 6, it's another 6. We want a 5. And we got it, we got it. We got a 5, a 4-1-5. That means we win that bet, right? We're gonna hold this back and then we're gonna go right there again for a comeback. All right, here we go. And it's a 6, so this moves to the 6. And then we're gonna use the one we won for the don't come. So we kind of go alternating, here we go. And it's a 6, perfect, because we win. So this comes down, we win there. This moves behind the 6, and then we rack this, and this will lose on a 6. It'll win on the bad number, and then this will actually win on the bad number as well. So the bad number coming now wouldn't be bad, just no 6. There, I shouldn't have said the word 6. That's what you call dice influence, you know. So we lost this because the 6 rolled, and then this moves to the 6. We still have 1. And being that this was a comeback, now we're going to the don't come. Dice influence is, I said the word 6 and the 6 came. It's all about what you speak. That's why you don't want to say the bad number like when the puck is on, because it's dice influence. Dice have ears. and they mock you a lot. All right, here we go. And two, that's great that actually a two rolled when I was over here in the don't come, because that means I win right there. So now I won. And you can see how long, oh man, dice down. I dropped the die. Um, you can see how long I've been rolling with that same $100. It's pretty awesome, huh? All right, so here goes, let's get a six or something else that would be hard to hit again. Maybe a 4 or 10 and then never again during this roll. How about that? All right, and it's a 9. A 9, point hit, point hit. So this gets hit and then this goes behind the 9. So we win on a 6, we lose on a 9. We lose that one on a 9 and we win on a 6. They're always working. Same shooter coming out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hey, what's up, Claude? 7 out. Oh, not 7 out, because the puck is off. If the puck was on, it would be called a 7 out. When the puck is, if the puck was on, it would be called a 7 out. When the puck is off, it's called a natural or a frontline winner. But because it's a 7, we got some work to do here. We lose the 6 and we win the 9, and then it comes down and we have 75 of our 100 and we're still playing. So we're going to let them keep rolling and get a point established. Here we go. And it's a 4, hard 4. So now the point becomes 4. And now we're going to do a come bet, and we're going to let them roll and see what happens here. And it's a hard 4. Wow, 4 back to back. This is a great shooter. Their name is Randy, by the way. Randy, shake 'em and bake 'em. This goes to the 4, and then we can't do a come bet or a don't come bet when the puck is off. So why don't we just do a don't pass bet right now and see if we can get a 4 again? That would be great. But no 7, no 11. Here we go. There we go. And it is, oh man, it's an 11, guys. Ladies, gentlemen, this is bad. An 11. So now we have $25 left, and they still roll. That's called a natural as well. A frontline winner, 11, 7, 11, natural. Here we go. There's a 10. 10 on the end. The point becomes 10, and they have to roll a 10 before a 7 in order to pass or win, but we need a 4 to roll before a 7. All right, here we go. And it's a 6, and let's roll 4. There's a 10. Wow, this is what you call a hot shooter. Hot shooter. All right, we're coming out, and we still need a 4. No 7, we need a 4. And it's a 9. Point is 9. And we're still betting and playing for the 4. So you might say, Brian, when you came up and you started talking here, you started talking about playing this because you didn't know how the table was going. Now you've been at the table for a while and you can see that this person's hitting point after point after point. Won't you change your strategy now that you can see that it's a good roll? Well, that is a contract bet. I can't move it. It's locked right there. And I'm going to finish out this series, and then we'll figure out what's going to happen here. So figure out what's going to happen. Let's see if we can get that 4. There's a 3. It's close. 1 dot. Add a dot, and we got a 4. And a 12. Horns come in pairs. Oh my goodness. Let's get a 4. And it's a 7 out. 7 out, meaning we lose this bet. Anybody that had bets lost it here. And then this puck goes off, and now it's time for another shooter. And we have $100 left. And now we're going to change our strategy. Because also, obviously that didn't work. Now, that was kind of fast, you know. That probably, all that play that we just did would have taken at least an hour. And I know that sounds strange, but on a cruise, it goes kind of slow, but that probably takes about an hour, everything that you just watched. We're down $200 in an hour. We could have easily been up $200 in the hour, but we're down $200 in the hour. But we have about $100, 100 points per free cruise, because $100 average bet in 1 hour, you get 100 points towards a free cruise. Speaking of that, I have lots of videos on that. If you see the word subscribe right up here at the top, that's because you're not subscribed to the channel. So just click that if you would. And then over here, there's some dots. If you're on mobile, you see some dots right there. Press those dots and then you'll see it pops up where you can give this video a thumbs up. We have 8 thumbs up and 56 people watching. So come on, give us a thumbs up. All right. Now I'm going to change my strategy and I'm going to use this $100. And you might say, Brian, you've been playing for, and I'm just going to round it like real table play. I know it hasn't been this long, but in real table play, Brian, you've been playing for an hour, and you only have $100 left. You came up with 300, which was the minimum amount you should ever come up to a craps table with. And you're saying that you're going to still play with $100. Are you going to do the same system? No, I'm going to change the system a little bit. And we're actually going to, but we are going to use a lot of our money here. So we're going to do $15 on the 5, 15, 15, and 15. We're actually going to do 18 here. We have to do 18 because you can't do improper bets. So these 4, 5, 9, and 10 multiples of 5. And a 6 and 8 multiples of 6. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and then I need to get some change. So I'll get $4 back. So the minimum, if it's a $10 table, the minimum on a 6 and 8 would be $12. We're going to take this $4 back to our rack. We're assuming somebody else is still shooting because it goes around this way. It hasn't got back to us yet. And we're going to play squeeze play the way I would play it. This strategy is called squeeze play, and it is by Casino Quest. 66 inside, so that's the inside numbers. When the puck is off, these bets are off. So we're going to go ahead and have somebody shoot and see. Here we go. 10. Point is 10. Let me check the chat as I mark the point. And it is no bubble craps. Yeah, Mike. Mike got it. No bubble craps on any Royal Caribbean cruise ships. All right, so now these bets are working. We want to get a 5, 6, 8, or 9. Let's see if we can get it. It's a 5. So we got a 5. That pays 21. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the way that Casino Quest does it, and then I'm going to show you the way that I do it. All right, the Holy Roller style, which there's no real way that's like better or worse. It's just a different way. So because it pays 21 on Casino Quest, they say, hey, get the 4 and 10 and then go for one more hit. But what I do is I throw in $1. So I'm using $67 to play this strategy. And I do 22 inside pressure. So that's how you would say it. You'd throw in $1 and say 22 inside pressure, which we're putting pressure on all these numbers to hit. Not just one number, but all of them inside. 1 unit each. And we have to get a 5, 6, 8, or 9. Let's see what happens. And it's a 5. We got a 5. So then we get paid $28, okay? So let me show you what happens now, because we get paid 28 and now we go to 44 inside. So the best way to do it is tell them, take my 5 and 6 down, and they'll go, okay. And then say, split my 9 and put it on the 5, and split my 8 and put it on the 6. And then you have 44 inside. Now remember, we started with $67. So here is 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, and we have an extra $5. So now we have an extra $5, and so we won $5 so far, okay? And the money we started with, we're putting back in our rack right there. And that money is free plus 5, but now we're going to change strategy. We could do the same thing and then press, and then do 22 inside pressure, because remember it was 66, not 44. But this is free money right here. Not for this hand. For this shooter, it's free money because remember we lost 200. But now, what we went down, we did what's called press, collect, regress. That's what we did. All right. 3 steps that you need to know when you play craps: press, bring the money higher, use the casino money to get a higher bet, then collect and regress. Take the money and the money you won and take it down. Depending on how many times you want to collect before you regress is up to you. All right. So we want to get what's called out of the hand. So we just get out of the hand pretty quick. All right. All right. Now we have 44, and we're going to go into another Casino Quest strategy called double tap. And we're going to be pretty aggressive, but we're going to do not only press, and press means double. We're going to do what's called power press. And so I'll show you what that means. If we can hit a 5, 6, 8, or 9, let's see what happens. And it is a 3, craps 3, craps 3. We didn't bet that. Let's get a 5, 6, 8, or 9. And it's a 6. All right, a 6. So that pays 14. And so what we're going to do is we're going to throw in, with the $5 that we won from last time, we're going to throw in $4 of it. Okay, and now we'll put $1 back. The reason why we're throwing in $4 is because the 6 hit, and press means double. So usually press means double, so it would go to 24, right? And then we'd have $2 left. But we're actually going to throw in $4. And when you add all this up, it's $30. So now our 6 looks like 30. So we use the winnings plus $4 to make a $12 bet after one hit. Now is a $30 bet, and it pays 35. Let's see if we can get another 6. Here we go. And it's a 3, 3. What came after a 3 last time? A 6. Let's see what happens. And it's a 10. 10 on the end, winner, 10. So the person that's rolling the dice, not us because we're assuming somebody else is rolling, just won. They passed. So that's how you pass. You have to hit a 10 and then roll a 10 again. And now the game is off. These bets are off. And now's a great time if you ever walk up to the table and you want to play. When that puck is off is the time that you put your money down and start to play. All right. If it's on, don't put your money down because that's in the middle of the game and you'd stop the game. So don't stop the game. Let the puck go off and then enter the game. Have you ever seen, maybe people are playing 3-on-3 basketball and somebody just runs on the court and tries to start playing? Usually you'd wait till the end of the game before you jump on the court and start playing, right? That's what it's like. All right. So these bets are off. They're going to have another come out roll. And let's see. Here we go. And it's a 4. That means the point is 4. So now they have to roll a 4 in order to pass or win. But we only have bets on the 5, 6, 8, and 9. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can get a 5, 6, or 8, or 9. Don't forget about that 6, Mr. Dice. All right, there's a 3. Man, there's so many 3s been rolling. At least 3 of them. Ha ha. Speaking of 6, let's roll 6 times. Yeah. All right, there's a 2. Craps 2. Craps numbers are 2, 3, and 12. I know you can't see the 3, but 2, 3, and 12 are the craps numbers. Wow. A lot of people think the other numbers when they say the craps numbers. Nope, there's only 3 craps numbers in the game of craps, and that's 2, 3, 12. Here we go. Let's get a 6. And there's an 8. That's okay. That's okay. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to throw in a nickel or $4, and we're going to tell them, make it look like 30. So it's going to pay $14, and then we throw in a nickel or 4 and say, make it look like 30. That means we're going to get a dollar change, and then they're going to make that bet look like 30 because we're taking what it was, what we won, we're adding a little bit to it, and we're making it $30. So now it's $30. All right, here we go. Let's get a 6 or 8. Double tap. We need to hit one of them double 2 times. And it's an 8. We did. Okay, this is awesome. So what happens is the 8 pays $35, okay? And being that paid $35, we're actually going to throw in $2 and say, make my 8 look like 12. Then they'll take this down. They'll take 12, make this back down to 12 because it's a double tap. We hit it twice. And we're going to take $55 back to our rack. Okay? And then now we need a 6. Now we could take this back down to 12 and take like $75 back to our rack. But let's hope to get that 6. How about that? Let's get that 6. And it's a 7 out. Man, I should have, remember, what did we talk about? Press, collect, regress. I regressed this one back down to 12, and I should have regressed that one back down to 12, but because a 7 rolled and the puck is on, all these bets lose, so we lost everything. The person that was rolling the dice, everybody that had any money on the table lost when the puck was on. Any bets out here lost. All right. So that means we have to start all over. However, if you remember, we started with $100 at the beginning of this shooter. So there's 75. There's 100. So on that shooter, we actually won some money. 25, 50 bucks. So we won $50 on that shooter. So that was you know, a couple rolls and $50 for us because we got that double tap. Well, we actually did the squeeze play where we got out of the hand as fast as possible. Where we're playing for free. Then we got the double tap, collected a little bit more. We had 34, well, 34, you know, 40, $64 out there. We had $64 out there. Wow. So we had over 200 from our $100 that we started with. All right, let's check the chat, see if there's any questions. Yeah, no pass line. Sorry about the connection. We're going to go on the don't pass for 50 bucks. And we're going to be rolling the dice. So right now this loses on 7-11. It wins on 2 and 3. And it pushes on the 12. If any one of these roll, that becomes the point. Let's roll and see what happens. Here we go. It's a 4. It's a 4. Point is 4. It's kind of stuck over there. But it is a 4. 3, 1, 4. And so the point becomes 4. And we have $50 right here. Now watch the brilliance of this. Because a 4 is brilliant. It's the best number. If you're on the don't, it's brilliant. Because we have our bets, we're trying to win our money back that we lost. And because we're trying to win points, comp value, we want as much money as on the table as possible. So right now we have a $50 bet, but we don't want to risk all of our money. We did risk this $50 on that one roll, but now we don't want to risk any money anymore. Now, most of the time, any money you put out there is at risk because if the 7 comes, everybody loses. This actually will lose if the 4 rolls. Because it's a don't pass. If they roll a 4, that's a pass. But this one would lose if we roll a 4. So I can throw in $26 and I can say buy the 4 for a quarter. So I buy the 4 and it costs a commission. So $1 it costs what's called a vig or a vigorish, which is like a tax or a commission. That pays $49. So I would lose $2 if the 4 came, but I have $75 average bet. And I'm going to actually put out a 6 and 8 for $12 each. So altogether, for this hand, I'm using 50 here. The $1 over there, right? So 26 and 24, which is 50. $50 here, $50 there. I can't lose money now. I won't lose any money no matter what. Well, $2 maybe. But all I have to do is hit a 6 or an 8, and I automatically win money. All right, here we go. Let's get it. And it's a 10. It was so close to being a 6, by the way. That's a 10. Let's see if we can get a 6 or 8. And it's a 12. Wow, all these hard ways. Hard 10, hard 12. And how about a hard 6? All right, there's a 3, 3. Getting too close to that point. We want a 6 or 8 shooter. And a 6, we hit a 6. All right, so that pays $14. And now that we have our $14 win, watch what we're gonna do. Remember the $2 that we would have spent? Let's bring that back to our rack so that we break even no matter what. And let's use the other 12 to get a 5. And let's bring another 2 back to our rack. Or we can put it on the hard 4, that if it comes hard, if the 4 comes hard, we'll actually win more money, like $16 more. All right, here we go. So now the 4 comes, we're actually winning money if it's a hard 4, not just breaking even. And if the 4 comes, we're actually winning money because we put our $12 out there, at least $10 more on that 5. But now we have a 5, 6, and an 8. All right, let's get it. How about a 5? Perfect timing, right? All right, so then a 5 rolls and we get another $14. Another $14. Now, we could put our hard 4 to $4, and then we can press our 6 and 8 1 unit. So press usually means double, but if you say press my 6 and 8 1 unit each, they'll make the $12 6 and 8 look like an $18 6 and 8, and now that will pay $21. So we're leaving all of our profit money out there right now, but our average bet is going up because we started with a $100 average bet, and now we have a $125 average bet. So we're making more points for a free cruise right now. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get a 6 or 8. That would be great. And it's an 8. That's an 8. And that is $21 that it pays. 21. And we're going to take the $1 and we're going to make the hard 4 look like 5. So that's pressure on the hard 4. And that will pay $35 if it's a hard 4. There's only 3 ways to make a 4, and one of 3 combinations is the hard 4. And we have $20 left. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do $5 on the 5. So now each one of these will pay $21. And this right here we'll put on the 9. And I don't know if you've been watching, but we have 66 inside. We could do the squeeze play with that money right there. We could just start going into that system if we wanted to. Or we could just start collecting. But let's see what rolls. Here we go. And it's a 5. It's a 5. $21. And if we did want to, we could throw in $1. Squeeze play. 66 after 1 hit, you throw in $1 and then you say 22 inside pressure. And then it takes it to 20, 24, 24, and 20. Each one of these pay $28. Let's see if we can get one more of those to hit. If the bad number comes, we break even, remember? So we'd lose all that, but that's casino money, not necessarily ours. Let's see if we can get one more. 5, 6, 8, or 9. How about a 6? We got it. We got it. All right, so what that does is that pays $28. $28, and we are going to say, take my 5 and 6 down and split my 8 and 9, or you could say, take my 5 and 6 down and make my 8 and 9 44 inside, leave the 4 there. Okay, got it. 12 and 10 and 10, that's 44. We're going to take all of this back to our rack, and let me tell you how much it is. So we are bringing back 50, 65, $72. $72. We're taking $72 back to our rack. And again, if the bad number comes, we'll have $100 that will come back to our rack. If the 4 comes, we'll keep all the money out here and we'll get paid $50 we'll lose this, but we'll get paid $50 for $1. Hopefully it's a hard 4 because we get paid 50 plus 35 or 49 plus 35. That would be awesome. So now we're kind of rooting for the 4 because we get paid more if we hit the 4. But now that we got this here, we're gonna do another different strategy. Let's see if we hit something. How about a 6? So we did with a 6, and so that pays $14 and or 15 for 1. Sometimes they'll say, give me $1. So you throw in $1 and then they give you 15 for 1. Sorry, it kind of flew up right there. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and press the 5, and I'm gonna throw in $2 more to press that 6 and 8 as well. And so we're bringing these to 18 again and 15. I'm gonna take the 9 down. Can you take my 9 down, please? And instead of having a 9 there, I'm gonna play the field. Now this is what's called the iron cross. It loses a little, like it would lose all of it, but it only wins a little bit at a time because the 5, 6, 8 pay 21 and the field will pay 10. So I can just go in collection mode right now and win $10 or $11 on every roll, because if the 5, 6, or 8 hit, they would pay $21, but I would lose the field and the difference would be $11. If the field hits, which is all the rest of the numbers, then I'd get paid $10. So now on every roll, I will make $10 or $11 on every roll. And I'm just gonna roll it out and see what happens. Here we go. 7 out, 7 out. You know what that means. We lose all this money, okay? Now you might say, oh man, you lost a lot of money. No, remember we took all that money back to our rack. At least $100 we made, or close to $100. So we lose all this money and then we get paid $50. So remember we started with $100, puck goes off, started with $100. So there's the $100 we started with. And we got 50, and I'm just gonna count all of it to see how much we have. There's another 50. So there's another 100. So we've doubled our money plus 20. So $120 extra that we have now. And that was, let me check the chat, see if there's any questions or thoughts. Mike, but you didn't get a coffee for $275 and $300 cranberry juice. Oh, you must be going to the Fontainebleau in Vegas. There's a $100 baked potato. $100 baked potato. Oh my goodness. All right. Now we can choose what kind of system or strategy that we want to play. When we had all that money out there, we had 50 here, we had 50, and we had we had a little bit over 100 out there, so we had at least a $150, close to $150 average bet, making 150 points towards a free cruise. If you want to know how to play craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise, right up here, there should be, if you're on your mobile, there will be a subscribe button. Just hit subscribe, check out some of the videos there, and you'll be able to see how we do it. You'll be able to see, let me say it again, you'll be able to see how we roll. This is how we roll. We cruise and we roll. Cruising and rolling. All right. Now, let's say we're the shooter. It's time for us to be the shooter. Oh no, we were the shooter. I forgot. We were the shooter for that one. And now we're going to pass the dice to it goes this way around. And so now it's time for somebody else to be the shooter. So we started the whole session with $300. We have 220. So we're $80 down for this whole session, which has been probably about like 5 shooters and the amount of time that we would have been at the table with all of this is probably about, because it doesn't go as this, it would be a little bit slower. So we probably would have been for 2 hours with at least 100. So we have 200 points towards a free cruise in just 2 hours. If we did on a 4-night cruise, if we did this, exactly what we're doing, and we were playing like 4 or 5 hours a night on a 4-night cruise, we'd have a free cruise. I always like to get the free cruise like in 2 sessions as fast as possible. So I don't play with 300. I usually bring $1,000. $1,000. So let's hit the like button. You know, if you haven't subscribed, it's right up here, but then there's some dots over here on the side. If you hit those dots, it will pull up a screen where you can actually give us a like. So that would be cool. Yeah, let's get some more likes for this video. All right, we're gonna see if we can get back to our 300. So I'm actually gonna go back to the system that we started. When we first started, we're gonna use 4 units, $100, and we are going to play 4 units per hand or per shooter, and we're gonna wait until the come out happens. So they're gonna get a come out roll, and then we'll see. We're gonna do 2 come bets and a don't come bet. All right, here we go. And it's a 7 natural. When the puck is off, the 7 is a good number. Pass line is it's called a front line winner or a natural, 7-11. And there's another 7, so it's another natural. And let's get a roll with another 7. 3 7s in a row. Wow. I'm actually going to change my system, because can you get 4 7s in a row? I don't think so. I'm going to 2 units on the don't pass, and I'm betting $50 right there, and that loses on 7-11. But we just rolled 3 7s in a row. Can there be 4? I don't know. I've seen it before, but let's see if it doesn't happen. That would be great. How about a 9? All right. So the point becomes 9. We're using 4 units. Now we would lose if a 9 rolls right here, but we would win if a 7 rolls. And we have our other 2 units. We're going to play the come bet, which is the same as the pass line bet, but when the puck is on. So whatever number rolls next, it'll move there. And instead of the puck moving, the money moves. And it wins on 7-11 right now. It loses on 2-3-12. All right. Loses on 2-3-12, wins on 7-11. Let's get a yo 11. Why not? Oh man, it was almost a 12, and it got to the 8, and that's great, because I would have lost if it was a 12. But now that moves to the 8. Now I have to roll an 8 to win there. A 9 would lose here, and we're going to do another come bet. Let's see what happens. Here we go. How about a 7 out? Oh my goodness. You know what that means. We lose. And what did we lose? We lost our 8. But wait, that wins. And then this wins right there. So we just won. We broke even, but we won $50 on that little short roll there. We won $50. All right, so now we are, let's see where we are. We are 75, we are 200 and 50, 200, or sorry, yeah, 250, 60, 65, 70, 270. We're just $30 down from where we started when this all, and imagine playing with $300 for like 2 hours and only being $30 down. We're playing kind of aggressive. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get, let's do that one, same thing again. But this time, instead of going straight up on the don't pass, we're just going to wait. We're going to use 4 units, but we're going to wait until the point is established. So we're assuming somebody else is the roller, so we don't have to bet the pass line or don't pass if we're not shooting or rolling the dice. Let's see what happens. There's a 7. Oh my gosh, is this going to happen again? And here's another 7. Oh my goodness. And another. What is that one? 7. Oh my goodness. 3 sevens in a row. All right, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it again. Boom. We've never seen 4 in a row, have we? Yeah, we have, but not this time because that's a 2. Boom. We are, boom, man, we are back. Don't call it a comeback. We've been here for years, or 3 hours, 2 hours. No. So we won 50 because of 2-3 wins right there. Now we're going to take it down. They're still going to be rolling, but we would take it down because we would have 1, 2, and let me just count this. I dropped 1. There's 300. So we're 20 bucks up now. So we are $20 up, and we have $20. We got back our 300. If you've been watching the whole time, we started with 300. We've been doing different strategies, and we're staying at the table, playing, earning points for a free cruise. That's what it's all about. So if you haven't subscribed, right up here, if you're on your mobile, there'll be a subscribe button. So make sure to subscribe, and then we will get rolling again. All right, so this time I'm going to wait for the point to be established, and it's a yo 11, and here we go, and it is a 4. So the point is 4, and now they have to roll a 4 before a 7 to pass or win. We're going to use our 4 units just like before. We're going to go right here on the come, which is essentially the same thing as a pass line when the puck is on. So instead of the puck moving, the money will move. Here we go. And it is a 9. 9. So now for this money, the point is 9. For anybody on the pass line, the point is 4. So this is kind of like a puck. I have to roll a 9, or the person has to roll a 9 for me to win that bet. Let's go back up with another comeback. Here we go. How about a 4? They won. That's great. They won with the 4. So the puck goes off. They passed, and this goes to the 4. Now, these 2 bets are always working. So a 4 or a 9, I would win on one of them. If I rolled a 4, I'd win there. If I rolled a 9, I'd win there. Even money. If a 7 comes, I lose 50 bucks. And then I'd be down 30 bucks again. Come on. Let's get a 4 or a 9, shooter. How about a 5? All right, so there's a 5. And there is, the point is 5. And now we're actually going to go with $50. We're going to go on the don't come. All right. Don't come. Now, this is the most vulnerable moment because all that money's at risk right now. I usually don't like risking $100 all at once, but it's happening right now. Here we go. How about a 5? That works. That works for me. All right, so they win. The puck goes off, and then this travels behind the 5. So this wins on a 4, loses on a 7. This wins on a 9, loses on a 7. This wins on a 7, but loses on a 5. Okay? And it's always working. So let's see if we can miss no 5. Let's get a 4 or a 9 right now. Here we go. How about a 7? Oh, you know, $100 average bet. $100 on the table, $100 average bet. A 7 came, and I lose this one, and I lose this one, but I win that one. I just broke even with my $100. So I had a potential to win, but I broke even, and I got a $100 average bet towards a free cruise, and I'm breaking even with my money. Oh my goodness. That is worth some likes, some thumbs up. And for those of you that might want to, if you're ever on a live, for anybody, not just me, if you like the content, you can give it a like. But also right down there next to where you chat, on this side, there should be a $sign, and that's what's called a super chat. And you can give like $1.99, $1.99 if you like what you're doing, if you like what you're seeing, like what you're watching. If all 70 people gave $1.99, I could be giving away some stuff. You know what I mean? I'd be giving away stuff like here on lives. But I don't have any money to give away stuff until money comes in. But anyway, That's a shameless plug. I'm really just having fun here, practicing, having fun. I love teaching people playing craps, and I love sharing the great news of and the good news, um, but also playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. That's good news as well. All right, that's actually great news, right? All right, so what strategy shall we do? Is there anybody that has any? Oh, look at it, 99. Oh, I guess you don't have to do $1.99. You could do 99 cents. That's great. That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. 99 cents. See, that paid for the electricity I'm using right now. Okay, let's see. Anybody? Let's see. Lay the 4 and 10 for 41 each, and work 110 inside. Brent, I'm gonna try it, but I don't know, man. I don't know. So on a Royal Caribbean ship, uh, you have to, yeah, you have to lay um, $40 because you'd have to win 20. So a uh, lay bet, man, I don't really like lay bets because you always get knocked off on. Well, at least I do. I always get knocked off on lay bets. So uh, on a 4 and 10, if you put $40, so 30, 40 on a lay bet back here, it's going to cost you $1 to place that bet, and another 40 on the 10, and another dollar to make that a lay bet. There we go. And then if a 7 comes right now, it would pay $40. Those bets would pay $40. Sorry, I know you can't see that one. Let me see if I can move the camera a little bit. All right, there you go. I don't know if you can see it, but $40 lay means no 10, no 4. So if I roll a 4, I'll lose $41 because I had to pay $1 to put that there. If I roll a 10, I'd lose that $40, but I can't lose both of them at the same time. I can win both of them at the same time if a 7 rolls, but I would win $40. So you have to bet more to win less when you're playing on the dark lay side or the don't pass if you ever do odds. So that would pay if a 7 came, that would pay $40, and I'm gonna put 110 inside, Brent. Oh my goodness, it's a grind. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to grind because if I 110 and I'm only gonna get 20 back if the 7 comes. Oh my goodness. So 110 inside, all the inside numbers, 110, and I'm gonna have them working. So when this bet is off, or when this puck is off, these bets are off. Those bets are always working. But you can always override this by saying turn my bets on. If the puck was on, you can always override that by saying turn my bets off. Although you can't turn off a pass line, a don't pass, a field, or any kind of lay or don't come bet. You can't turn those off. So place bets you can turn off. So we're going to say on or working. So you say 110 inside working. Oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Uh, let's say uh, 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 what I like to place the point if I'm not shooting. Okay. Well, we're gonna say it's a $10 table, and Brent is shooting. So you want to go on the pass or don't pass, Brent? Oh, you meant 44 inside. Oh my, I was getting scared. I was getting scared. All right, so I'm gonna throw in 50 and say 44 inside. Okay. So they're gonna give me $6 change. So I get $6 change right off the bat, and then 44 inside. So that would be at the $10 level. And then they'll lock my money up here and then put me up with 44 inside. All right. So that feels a little bit better. And it looks like uh, wait, pass line. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover up the P because sometimes. Never mind. Okay, never mind. All right. We're gonna say on working. All right, here we go. Let's do it. Dice are out. Brent is the shooter. Let's see what happens. Three. Three. You didn't say anything about getting a crap check. You're down $10. All right, here we go. We're going back up. We're going back up. So if ever you're on the pass line at 2, 3, 12 lose there, you can always do a $2 crap check. What's called a crap check. It pays 14 if a 2, 3, or 12 roll. It's like $2 insurance for your $10 bet. And usually there's right up here, it says CE, so it would be the C. So I wouldn't recommend ever like betting the C and E because this is a bet on the E, which is the 11. So a crap check is the 2, 3, 12, and this loses on a 2, 3, 12 when that puck is off. So let's do a crap check. We'll say crap check. So that will pay 14 if a 2, 3, 12 lose or roll right now, okay? And the pass line loses, but that's just $2 insurance. Here we go. A 3. A 3, back-to-back 3. So we lose this bet again, but good thing we had a $2 crap check because that pays 14. So we put our $10 back, and now we paid for another round of insurance there if we roll again. All right. Here we go. And it's a 5. And we're working. So that's $14 that we win on the 5. And the puck goes to the 5, and now we're working the 5. And what are we going to do with this $14? Oh, parlay the C. It wouldn't have worked. It comes down, sorry. So what are we going to do with the $14? And are we going to take down our lay bets or leave them up? Okay, same bet. All right, so if you ever want your money, if you want to collect, or if you just want them to pay you, you say same bet, and then they'll just pass you off the money. All right. So I should have seen what we started at, but basically I keep track as I go, and right now we're up $2 on this shooter. Now, a lot of people would say, okay, you have your 5 here, why don't you put it in odds back here? Now, on a Royal Caribbean ship, you can do single odds only. You can't do more than single odds on a $10 bet. And this would pay $25. So $10 here and $15 here. This right here would pay $14, and this would pay $15. So the difference here would be 24, here would be 25. However, leaving it there gives you comp value for a free cruise, and putting it here, there's no comp value for odds. So you actually don't get any points for this $10 back here. We're going to go ahead and leave it there because one thing I like to do is just leave the bets and not move them around once you place them, unless you're going to take them down. So we're going to take down the lay bet, or we're going to leave it up? Oh, leave the lay bet. All right, here we go. So we want an inside number. Here we go. It's a 5. We won. And you might say, oh, you left $1 out there because you only get paid 10 here and 14 instead of 15, right, for the odds. So we're going to throw in $1, 15 for 1. And we're going to go ahead and rack that. So we are $26 up on this hand. Brent, good job. All right, what do you want to do? You're a tipper. Okay, so we're gonna do $6. Put the dealers up. That's the way I would do it. So they'll put the dealers up, and the dealers will get paid on each roll. Now the puck goes off, and there we go. Now the dealers are playing, and all the same working. So we'll be working. The dealers will be working too with us. How about that? Here we go. 4. We got knocked off with the 4. Dealers get paid because they were working, and we got knocked off on our 4, so we lost 40. So remember all that we're up $20 talk? Oh, crew was off. Well, they got paid. So yeah. All right, so let's see. The point becomes 4. This is a bet on the 4, and the puck means all the bets are on. So worst case, yeah, if we were on the don't pass, that would be the best case. And you know, whenever I am rolling the 4, and if I'm on the pass line, 4 or 10, I'm always taking odds right here. So, and if I wanted to do more than single odds, I'd put another $10 out there, get paid 18 plus 30. You know. Oh, you'd lay it again. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and uh, okay. Okay. So yeah, let's. Man, you're gonna lay it again. Okay. Oh my goodness. So another 41. $41, no 4, and that's a lay behind the 4, no 4. This is a contract bet. We can't move it, so it's a bet on the 4. So we have 40 there. We would win 20. If we hit the 4, we'd lose 40, but win 10, so it would be the difference of $30. All right, we're working. Let's get it. 6. 6. All right, so because I want to move it and go faster, Brent, I'm going to go ahead and go into a, just press the sisters. So if ever a 6 or 8 hit, I'm just going to press the other ones. Press the 6 and 8 for 1 unit. We get paid 14. Dealers get paid on that. And we're going to press the 6 and 8 1 unit each. And we'll do press, collect, press, collect. All right. We're going to take $2 back to our rack, or we could put it on the hard 4. Let's do that. All right, here we go. Yo 11. Yo 11. Here we go. 5. 5. That pays $14 or 15 for 1. So we throw in $1 and get 15. And then we're going to press the 5 and the 9. We're going to take $5 back to our rack. And what was it, the 5? Dealers got paid. All right, there we go. Dice off the table. Dice off the table. What do you want to do with your bets when dice are off the table? Right on. See you, Claude. So, all right, here we go. Dice off the table, there's like superstition. Like when the dice go off the table, then the bad number rolls right after that. I think I have what's called a 2-roll resolution hypothesis, that when the dice go off the table, it will be either the bad number or the point. And it would usually happen within 2 rolls. And if it doesn't, because it usually happens 8 out of 10 times, or 80% of the time. So let's see what happens. There's a 12. No, nothing changes. All right, this is the roll, the moment of truth. Is this going to be an 8 out of 10 time? Let's see. It's a 5. No. So this is a 2 out of 10 time. All right, so that pays 21. So 15 pays 21. So now I think we should just collect, because, you know, we press, now we collect. So put some money back in our rack, because we did lose that 4. And let's roll. And there's a 10. Man, we got knocked off on the 10. See, I don't like, oh man, I don't like it. The dealers got paid $1, and we lose $41. I don't want to put it back. I'm gonna leave it open. Oh, down on lays. I'm taking this one down. When you take down your lay, you get your $1 back that you paid for it. So we're gonna put that in our rack. Now we're playing. Let's get it. There's a 9, $21 on the 9. So that's good. It's a good payout for us. We are gonna collect because we just lost that 10. So that's kind of how we're gonna roll. No pun intended. Pun intended. And there's a Yo 11. Yo 11. And here we go. 7 out. Crap. Right after we took down those lays, we got a 7 out. And that's why they call it craps, folks. That's why they call it crap. Crap. We lose everything. All the money out here we lose. If we would have had our layup, we would have won both of them. We would have won $20. So was it? I don't think the stress is worth it to have $80 out there to win 20 and lose 40 at a time if it comes. So yeah, late bet. Yeah, there's a 2-roll hypothesis for you right there too. That's funny. Hey, thanks everybody for watching. I'm gonna get going here. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, right up there, if you haven't subscribed, you'll see it. If you're on mobile, you'll see a subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the little dots over here in the corner, and you'll be able to give this a thumbs up before we end here. So thanks for watching. I didn't really look at the chat too much, but hey, thanks, Mike. Hope to see you. I'm gonna see you soon in Vegas in June. That's gonna be great. And for everybody else, you know, this channel's all about playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. So I would love if you would give it a like, subscribe, share, and I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya. Have a great day, John.